Hello, this video is for my junior level students. I will be briefly going over what we're doing this week. Alright, so let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, here's our Canvas page. If you go to our modules link in the side navigation, you'll find our modules there. Of course, I do expect you guys to continue working on your special interest blogs, and we're also going to continue our work on Module 5, and we're going to continue with Lesson 3. So last week we read the second chapter of Hiroshima and the third excerpt of They Called Us Enemy, and just the same this week you're going to read the third chapter of Hiroshima and the fourth excerpt of They Called Us Enemy. And so of course I will be reading these in class. You are expected to read the graphic novel on your own, but of course we will have a discussion about it in class. And if you click 5.3.7, just as before, you'll see a character analysis page. And just as before, you'll click submit assignment, you'll turn in your file. But I understand that we have a lot of work to do this week, so I'm not making this third one mandatory. Unless you didn't do part 1 or part 2. Okay, if you didn't do the first 2 character analysis sheets, okay, this one will help take the place of the ones that you missed. So you should do it anyways. But if you did do the first 2, you aren't required. It's not mandatory. You don't have to do this one. However, I do still encourage you to do it anyways. Okay, I'm just making this optional to kind of lessen your load. But if you find that you have everything done and you're managing your time correctly this week, I still encourage you to do the chart, okay? It's going to be good for you. It'll make your life easier in the long run, especially when it becomes time for us to put together our biographies. So remember, you are going to have to create a biography on one of the 6 survivors. Okay, you get to decide which survivor you focus on. And this activity will definitely help you with working towards that project. Even if you just turn in one for one of the 6 characters that you want to focus on, that's still good. Please turn it in. All right, and then after that, this is mandatory for everybody, but I also want you guys to fill out this CER activity, okay? We've been working on our claim evidence reasoning skills, and this worksheet will strengthen those skills. So let me go ahead and open this up for you, and I'll show you how it works. So after reading this week's Hiroshima excerpt, complete the left side of the chart, and then after reading, there's a mistake here. That's supposed to say something else. They called us enemy. Oops. Complete the right side of the chart. When you've completed both sides of the chart, write your paragraph in the short written response box at the bottom and submit when you've completed all components of this assignment. And so this is kind of like a sideways claim evidence reasoning chart. Okay, we have our 2 claims up here. The first side is for Hiroshima. The second side is for They Called Us Enemy. Our first claim that you'll need to support: those who survived the blast in Hiroshima showed selflessness and resilience in the wake of the bombing. So thinking about everything that we've read so far, find some evidence to support your ideas here. Okay, how have you seen characters work to help other people overcome the obstacles that they faced after being injured from the blast? And so what you'll do is you'll go back into the reading and you'll collect pieces of evidence to support your position. Okay, you can put a quote or maybe a paraphrase. I am asking for a paraphrase here. You'll put a paraphrase for your first piece of evidence. You'll take a quote from the story and put it in your own words. And then you'll provide reasoning to back it up. Okay, how does this support your claim that the survivors showed selflessness and resilience? And then you're going to do it again, this time with a direct quote. And so just copy and paste a quote from the story that supports your claim and then provide reasoning for it below. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, only this time you're going to use it for the graphic novel They Called Us Enemy. And so your claim for the graphic novel is George is too young to understand the hardships his parents endure. And so what you're going to do is you're going to find me a piece of evidence. Now, because this is a graphic novel, I won't be too picky. If you want to give me a quote instead of a paraphrase, that's fine. If you want to give me a paraphrase instead of a quote, that's fine too. If you just want to explain to me what one of the panels look like, that's also fine too, because remember, that's an element of graphic novels. The picture is part of the story. And so if you see a panel that has no text to it, but it helps support your claim here that George is too young to understand the hardships his parents are going through, go ahead and use it. I'm not picky. But of course, you can't just put evidence on there without supporting it. So you'll give me the evidence, and then you'll explain to me with reasoning how it supports your main claim. And then at the bottom of the page, you're going to write me a short written response to the question, what are some of the challenges that Japanese and Japanese Americans faced during World War II? And you'll write that here in the box, and then you'll turn it in. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's pretty much all I have for you this week. It's pretty heavy on the reading. Don't forget about your blogs. Don't neglect your blog posts. And of course, if you guys have any questions or needs from me, you know how to reach me. And I look forward to learning with you this week. So take care. Bye.